Halo, the game that defined the gaming franchise forever. From a story that had you on the edge of your seat to an innovative first person multiplayer experience, this game towered proudly over all others. How's it going, guys? My name's Triple Shot. Today we're going to discuss exactly where 343 and Microsoft went wrong with Halo 5's excuse of a campaign. So, to paint the picture of how bad Halo 5's campaign is, we're going to take a look at previous Halo titles' campaigns, and I'm going to point out exactly what they did right, and then afterwards we'll go back and compare with Halo 5's excuse. So yeah, getting right into it, every Halo campaign, they have a mystery that people are interested in. For instance, in the Halo 1's campaign, right from the start, you wake up and you're in a ship, a spaceship that's being attacked, and so you're thinking aliens, and you discover each race, and it's very interesting. As the campaign builds up, you find out more and more about the universe in which you're in, and it's so cool because everyone can relate to that. Everyone sat down and thought, what could be out there, and so to have a game about that, it connects instantly. I mean, it's a genius idea. I mean, I remember the first time that I played the Halo 1 campaign, and I was like, wow, that's an elite, that's a jackal. And I learned the names, and I was like, okay, the elite's similar to the humans, he's got shields. And it just, different enemies had different, ways to kill them. And that's something that you need in a Halo game, and it has to be entertaining. And we'll get into why Halo 5's is not entertaining later. But moving on, every Halo campaign or every Halo game in general, it has to have advertising that matches the storyline or whatever is shipped in the game. So if you go back and look at Halo 1 through Halo 3's trailers, the trailers, they match up perfectly with the game. There's absolutely no flaws with it. It's exactly, you get what you expect, and that's a big issue if you don't accomplish that. If you say you're gonna bring something out and then all of a sudden it's not there, I don't know why you wouldn't expect someone to complain. And in this case, the someone is basically the entire Halo community, which is an issue. But yeah, next point, the character development. A plot that is interesting again. And so through character development, that's possible. For instance, you have the Prophets. They built them up in 3 Halo games, to say that these guys are the leaders of the Covenant, and it took them 3 Halo games to beat. I mean, it's such an interesting storyline. I mean, I love the original Halo storyline. It was amazing. So I think that they need to go back to roots like that and build up characters that are actually worth fighting. So yeah, with that said, we can start talking about exactly where Halo 5 went wrong. Going back to the mystery, there is no mystery. The only mystery, the only thing that you could really call a mystery is Cortana. It makes absolutely no sense why Cortana's back in the game. Because she died in Halo 4, clearly. The only reason, which I know it's fun to bash 343 Industries, but truthfully, it's Microsoft's doing. Because I know 343, they're smarter than this. Microsoft, not so much. They are, they look for money wherever they can. So they needed to advertise Cortana for the Windows. She's the Windows Siri on the computer now, and so they needed to bring her back because new Halo fans, they're not going to know exactly who she is, and so this campaign might look amazing to new Halo fans, but it's not, because Cortana is a character that dates back all the way to the first Halo game, and you can't just make her an enemy. That's not something you can really do. So, especially whenever they built up Joel Madama and then they just killed him in the first mission. Clearly, 343 is not behind that, because their whole goal with Halo 4's Spartan Ops was to build his character up. Why would they just kill him in the first mission? Because that whole campaign was scratched, and Microsoft wanted Cortana as the main villain because she needed to look more important. And that's really disappointing because that campaign, or Halo 5's game, it's just not fun. Um, Moving on, the advertising did not match the game. We had the trailers where Chief was walking up to Locke, Locke was on the ground, Chief had the pistol, and then you had the reverse of that, and that looked awesome. I mean, I guess it got us thinking. What's going on? Um, where's Joel Madama and all this? Where, what's Chief doing? Where's his stance on the universe? And that was all cool. And then when we got into the game, we had one fight scene in which they basically just slapped each other. It was so slow and so bad, and the cinematics of Halo 5's campaign that are just so bad, nothing matches up. You see again in my previous video, the second mission, first cutscene, the elite swings like straight through the Spartans. If you didn't want him to hit anyone, make him go over them and swing. I mean, he swung directly through like two of the Spartans. I mean, easily. It was so clear. But apparently not, because I mean the cinematics are so bad we can't tell. And the first mission, the last cutscene, no elite fired a bullet. This ties into 343 making elites look like little pigs. No elite fired a single bullet in that whole fight scene. Joel swung once, and it couldn't even. It can disputably not be called a swing. It was that bad. He just sat there and got stabbed. An elite got one shot by a light rifle. I don't know how that happened. And yeah, the elites, they just didn't shoot anything. I don't know what they were thinking with this, but the cinematics they're just so bad. They need to clean up their cinematics, and make the advertising match what you get. Because when you have those, that type of campaign or that type of advertising where, Chief's going rogue and Locke's got to hunt him down, that was all the advertising was. So to completely change the storyline to where Cortana is now the main villain and Locke and Chief just shake hands after fighting once, it's just not, you can't do that. You cannot actually do that. I guess enough about that. We can get into the terrible character development. Again, Cortana came out of nowhere as the main villain, and so we didn't really care about fighting her. Joel Madama had a character behind, or he had development behind his character through Spartan Ops. So we were ready to fight him. We were like, all right, yes, we have to track down Joel Madama and stop him from doing whatever he wanted to do. And he's an elite, so that would have been great. Because elites are fun to fight. They have shields. They get one shot in the head. They take more bullets in the body. Prometheans, they're just bullet sponges. Even the crawlers are impossible to shoot in the head for whatever reason. They tried to basically make robot aliens is what they did. The crawler is the grunt. It all correlates, but it's terrible. No one wants to fight a robot. All right, this is Halo. We're talking, go back to the roots. There's aliens. We want to fight aliens. We don't want to fight bullet sponge robots, such as Warden Eternal, which, Warden Eternal could be called a main boss too, a main villain too. And he wasn't fun to fight at all because you're literally just sitting there spraying at him. Look at Destiny. Destiny's a fun game, but a lot of the enemies are you just sit there and you spray an AR at them. And to me, that's not fun. What's fun is having different ways to take down a boss, and him having weak spots. Warden, you just spray at him. It's literally that's all there is to it. So again, if they would have had elites, be elites or not the Covenant, but the species that were in the Covenant, if you're fighting them in some way, the campaign would have been easily 100 times better. And it's so sad to say. The direction that they went with this campaign. It disappointed a lot of fans, and this was their chance because the multiplayer, in my opinion, for Halo 5 was golden. I loved it. The only thing they needed was playable elites, and some minor changes to certain mechanics that went into it. But overall, it was a really good multiplayer. So all they needed was a good campaign, and they had it. They had it in their fingertips, and they let Microsoft slip it away from them. So we can only hope that in Halo 6 they don't do this, and in Halo Wars 2 they don't do this, because the advertising for Halo Wars 2 looks great right now, and I'm happy with it, but I'm scared because I don't know what I'm gonna get thanks to Halo 5's campaign. So again, hopefully Halo 6 they can do better, and hopefully Microsoft can actually use a brain this time. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy, please like it up, subscribe for more, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.